Oh yeah, we're live. Ever since I got StreamYard, now I can open the calls with this rock music. It really pleases me. It really pleases me to my core. How is everyone doing? It is Sunday night here in Delhi. Sunday midday over in the United States of America. Not. Let's talk about first 5. Let's vibe to this beautiful rock music. Let me know, can you see me okay? Can you hear me okay? Let me know in the chat. Let's get some of that going. Let me get some data. Hit me up. Let me know where you're coming in from. What city are you in right now? Leave a comment. Let's talk. Checking the broadcast right now. It's live. Everything's going. We are live. Here we are. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We're just giving everyone a second to get in here. We are live. Here we are. Giving everyone a second to get in here. Glorious stream. I'm so hyped, bro. I'm so hyped for everybody. I'm hyped because I got StreamYard and I can play the music. I like that. I can also screen share, which is cool. But I guess I'm more hyped because it's the final day, final 57 minutes. Let me just make sure you can see my screen. You can. Final 57 minutes of the Agency Game Changer Pack. If you've been following the journey, the Agency Game Changer Pack journey, then you know we're doing this whole thing where we've combined everything that we have to allow us to add $10,000 per month to your agency and teach you how to scale it. So basically, you're going to get access to all of our SaaSes. You're going to get access to our agency service where we're booking in all of these meetings for you. You're going to get access to Lead Shark. You're going to get access to our coaching and consulting program where you get to talk to me every week, and Institute of Sales, where our sales team is actually going to text you every single day to make sure you're hitting your sales goals. So you get all that stuff. And it starts with this free meeting here. I feel like we should get the rock music back. I feel like the rock music's not going hard enough right now. Let's go. There we go. It starts with this free meeting here. So all you gotta do, fill in that email address, book in a call with the team, and guess what? You guys can go. You guys can go for it. Now, while this is happening, I want to take the next 56 minutes here and let's just shoot the crap, you know. Let's do a Q&A. Great BG, thanks, Dev. Rob Johnson gave us a thumbs up. Daniel says he's from Tel Aviv. Connor says, is it $997? No, it's $15,000. $15,000 is what this whole package costs. So actually make sure, let me turn the music down a little bit for this. I got to tell you what my director of sales said to tell you guys. He said we've had a lot of meetings and our calendars were booked, but the unqualified meetings are too much to handle. He's wasting a lot of time on people that are no-showing. We've had a lot of success with this too. You can see we're almost sold out of it. But only book this if you're serious. It is $15,000 for the whole investment. You will make the money back. You know, you'll add your 10K per month to your agency, but that's how much it is. So only book a meeting if you're ready. If you are in the United States, I'm reading off this phone right here. If you are in the United States, there is a payment plan available if you qualify, and then the down payment for that's only $1,000, but it's only available for people in the United States. Hagop told me he just closed a deal for a client that booked this earlier this week. They're already at 11 meetings for their agency. Their sales goal with us is $250,000 in sales within the first 3 months. So this is the type of quality of client that we're looking for, that we're doing work with. Another person that joined earlier this week, Hagop told me he's already at 9K a month. So, we're already seeing some early success. It's been about 7 days since starting, so it's great to see. And now now that I've said that, I'll probably play the VSL later, but we're chilling now. We're vibing. So let's do agency Q&A. Let's talk about how to grow agencies. Let's talk about how to add 10K to your agency. Right? Maybe we can do it through Google Doc, and this will also be an open Q&A as well. So feel free to hit me with your best shot here in the comment section. What do we have? Sachit says, hi, Alex. Connor says, good vibes. Ali says, hey, Alex, got your mail in straight here. What's up? Good vibes. Got your mail in straight here. Daniel from Tel Aviv. And then, of course, we got the Agency Game Changer pack going. So let me go through some basics. Let me go through some basics on how to generate $10,000, because we can see people like Puneet are saying they don't know how to get more sales calls. Okay. Def is saying, what kind of premium offers would you suggest for a web designer? So let's talk about that. All right. So let's do how to add an extra 10K to your agency in the next 3 months. All right. Let's do this. If you guys don't know, I'm Alex Berman. I run a company called Experiment 27, which is our agency where we do B2B marketing for other agencies. We've been up to 7 figures here with this agency. I also run a suite of SaaS companies, including Taplio, which you can see is over, we're at 18. We're almost at 18. What are we at? 17.9 thousand here. And this is in about a month, 2 months. You can see last month, and then this month is this green line here. So this is something we're doing for a while. This is something that we taught to over 100,000 people around the internet, and I'm excited to share it with you as well. Let's try to deliver some value here. Jacob says, still in India. Yeah, bro, I'm in Delhi right now. It's 9:30 p.m. Hey, Alex, currently at 12K, but how do I do product fulfillment on my own? What is the guaranteed ROI? The goal ROI is 10K a month, but of course, with everything, there's always, there's caveats to everything. You have to be willing to do the work and stuff like that. So how do you add an extra 10K to your agency in the next 3 months? Well, what I would start with if I were you, 3 things. First thing is your target. Second is your offer. And the third is your case study. So when you hit me with these questions like, I'm currently at 12K per month, but I do product fulfillment on my own, or you hit me with things like, how do I get to my first 10K month? It comes down to these 3 things. So 1, your target. Who are you selling to, right? For X27, we are selling to B2B companies and other agencies, right? An agency. But it's not just the company. You're going to come up with your company name. You're going to come up with your job title. So we are going for CEOs or director of sales. And then ideally, you also want to come up with your revenue target. So what we do typically is we look for agencies that are above $1 million in ARR and annual recurring revenue. And that's part 1, is you want to figure out what your target's going to be, right? Number 2 is Jacob Turner is still in India. Yeah, dude. I might come back to America next week. We'll see. I'm going to Mumbai tomorrow or in a couple days. Okay, so after this, then you come up with the offer. And the offer can be something really simple. Just a couple words, right? What do you offer? So for us, we offer lead generation, right? For you, it could be Facebook ads. It could be web design, right? And this is where I normally start with these, is start at a very high level with the offer and then get more specific and get more niche down. So for instance, lead generation, you really want to convert into an actual offer. And the way that an offer is phrased is, I will do X in Y time for Z cost or guarantee or the guarantee. So for us, like, I will add 10K to your agency in 3 months, or 15K, or go work with someone else, right? Like, what's the guarantee? The guarantee would typically be either a money back guarantee, or it would be, or we can cancel, or you can take or cancel with no penalty. There you go. There's a guarantee. And that's a good example. It doesn't always have to be a money back guarantee. So that's the offer. I will do X in Y time for Z cost, or guarantee. So website design, the offer might be, I will build a website that converts at least 30% more than the current site, 450K, or I will refund 50%, something like that. Some kind of offer at the end. Facebook ads as well. I really, for agency services, I try not to do refund offers because that's the easiest thing to say. It's like, I'll refund it if it doesn't work. But all agencies have hard costs. So website design, are you going to actually go out there and spend, 25K on development costs for the risk that this website won't convert? No, typically not. And people won't believe that you will either. So that's also worth considering here with the offer. And then same with Facebook ads. It could be like, I will design, or the initial offer could be something like, I will review campaigns and find at least 4 areas to make 10x more. Trying to be believable, make 2x more, for 2K, or I will refund. I can say that. Now, the offer is more for you. It's not like you're sending this to anybody, but this is what you want to figure out. And these are just off the cuff, but you really want these offers to feel like no-brainers. And that's where the offer comes in. Third thing is the case study, and I'll get to how to grow the agency in a second. Third thing is the case study. Now, the case study, typically, the way that I like to do it is you want a case study that proves this point. So, for instance, we could say like, we just helped Code Particle. We just helped Code Particle add 10K in MRR just 2 weeks after signing with us. And now this proves, you want your case study to prove your guarantee. So we're talking about Code Particle. We helped them add 10K to their agency in just 2 weeks after signing with us. So that proves the case study. Now, once you have this, everything should start falling into place, right? So this is step 1, is determine this step. And step 2 is find or identify your marketing channels. And I'll make this as easy as possible in a second. Because there's only a few marketing channels that you can use to grow your agency. And I'll tell you what they are right now, right? There's content marketing, which includes guest blogging. I would say guest blogging is 1. Number 2 would be SEO. Number 3 would be, clutch.co. I'm trying to think of the word for this, like directories, so like clutch.co. So for instance, if you search like best web design companies in the US, directories would be whoever comes up on here. So for instance, it is clutch.co. So if you were trying to get more leads, you'd want to be where Digital Solutions is or where Humor is on this list over here. So that's another one. Another great one is cold email. This could also include all outreach. Then there's referrals, events, and there's more, but it's going to be one of these, right? You could also do like social media, which I used to hate on social media, but we generate a ton of leads. I mean, you're watching me go live on whatever, YouTube or LinkedIn, whatever you're watching. So this is a different type of social media, not like standard. This is high level social media. Okay. So now questions that you ask, that you answered up here will help you pick your next marketing channel. So step 2 is identify your marketing channel and how it's going to work. So for instance, look at your target. So we're selling to B2B companies and agencies that are CEOs or directors of sales with $1 million ARR. And now I'll ask myself for each one of these, does my target market hang out on this channel, or which channels does your target market hang out on, right? Are they doing content marketing? Or are they reading blogs, really? Are they reading like Forbes, Entrepreneur? And if so, then content marketing might work. And actually, as I'm saying this, I'm like, all right, what blogs are my target market reading? Are they reading Forbes? Maybe. I don't know who actually reads Forbes, so maybe we wouldn't actually put that. What are CEOs actually reading? I don't think they're reading any blogs, so I wouldn't actually do this unless I went with guest blogging towards actual influencers. So for that, I would think about, all right, who are my CEOs and directors of sales reading? And I would say maybe it's like top sales training blogs, and I would Google that. Okay. And just look at a couple of these non-directories. So for instance, HubSpot blog, all right? HubSpot blog, Gong, Close. Those are probably good ones to get on. So I would try to get on the HubSpot blog, or try to get on Gong, try to get on Close.io's blog, or Close.com now. Okay. SEO would be trying to rank on keywords. This is always a good one to get on. Directories, you notice I said like clutch.co, but the way to find directories is to search your keywords. So for instance, like lead generation, companies in the US. And then for SEO, you would either try to rank then for directories, you would try to rank on all these sites. So for instance, clutch.co, or try to get there, or try to get on UpCity, Built-in, Design Rush, The Manifest. Like there are all of these good firms, even Crunchbase, and you would try to get as close to the top on all of these as possible. Clutch, for instance, has sponsorships. This is the #1 spot. We used to sponsor Clutch. I think it was $8,000 a month, and we were getting such good enterprise clients. We got McDonald's through Clutch, and I think Alaska Airlines as well for one of our agency partners through a Clutch sponsorship. So you would go through your directories and you'd make sure that you were ranked as high on at least the top directories as possible. Like there's a ton of them, so you could do that. Another thing you could do is cold email. That's my favorite. And I put all outreach here because when I think about outreach, the first thing I think about is where do my people actually live? Where do they engage when it comes to outreach? Is it LinkedIn? Is it email? Is it the phone? Maybe they're actually using the phone. Is it text messaging? Where are they actually engaging with messages? And then from there, we can actually choose if email is the best, or if LinkedIn is the best, or even if an omni-channel approach is the best, and we can hit all 4 of them, right? The next is referrals, and referrals would basically be who do you know, or who can you meet that will intro you to top clients. And the way that I like to do these is it's typically influencers, and you interview them to be on your podcast. So for instance, if I'm looking for, agency CEOs, or I'm looking for CEOs or directors of sales, then I would typically look at the type of people that they follow, similar to the blogs. I'd be like top sales influencers on Google. And I would look for like Jeffrey Gitomer, Colin Cadmus. And what I would do is I think I've had Gitomer on our podcast, and I've definitely talked to some of these guys. So what I would do is identify these influencers, then have them on the podcast, right? Identify influencers, and then interview them on your podcast. I'm not doing theory here. I do have a podcast. You can see, I've talked to everyone from like Rand Fishkin to Stelly FD to Aaron Ross. I've had a ton of great people in my niche on the podcast here. Clayton Morris, JV Crum III, a lot of people on our podcast here. So this works really well for building quick relationships. And from here, at the end of the podcast, hopefully they're interested in you, and then you can get them to intro you to your clients. We've actually gotten a ton of sales for our SaaS for Taplio by doing this. So reaching out to agency owners, reaching out to influencers in the agency space, pitching them, interviewing them, or sometimes having them interview us, and then giving them a special deal, and then they'll send it to their audience, or they'll talk about us, and then we can get a ton of signups like that. We just got 100+ paying users when one influencer wrote a thread about us that we barely even asked for. I just talked to him about the thing. So that's the next one. Under SEO, I'll just write. SEO is like ranking for keywords on your own site. This is something that maybe you would like to do. For us, Besides maybe YouTube, where we're making a ton of YouTube videos, I prefer getting on other people's sites rather than writing for our own site, because then you can get in front of their audience. Okay, then events. One of the best things you can do is identify who in your audience goes to events. You know, if your guys do, then that's great. And for that, you can look at, I would actually look at the niche instead of looking for things like sales events. So for instance, let's say you're trying to find web design clients. One of the first things that people think you should do is search like web design conferences. But no, because who's going to go to a design and marketing summit? It's going to be other agency owners. So for us at X27, we're helping agencies scale. So we would go to a design conference to find our ideal buyers. I would not do this if you're a web designer. Instead, if you're a web designer, you would think about who your target market is. Let's say you're trying to build websites for the restaurant industry or the restaurant supply industry, right? Then you would go to a restaurant supply conference and you would pitch, or a trade show, and you would pitch all of these guys to build sites for them. So think about the target audience that's going to be at the conference instead of thinking about, you know, a niche conference. I would never go unless I'm selling marketing services. Or even if I was, I would never go to a marketing conference. You know, you never really want to do that. You want to go to the industry conferences. So I wouldn't go to Content Marketing World. There's no point. I wouldn't really go to Ad World. There's no point. But I might go to SaaStr, you know, where the SaaS founders are going to hang out. Or I might go to the sales Dreamforce. I might go to Dreamforce, where all these salespeople are going to hang out. So think about where your target market actually is going to be, what conferences they actually go to, because the first thing that pops in your head isn't typically where they are. Conferences, and I'll write this here, think about where your target market would go. Okay, and then social media, I'm talking about high-level social media. So when a lot of people talk about you know, running social media, they just hire their intern or whatever to tweet a couple times a day, like this crap. If you look at like who's doing bad on social media, like any sort of corporate account, like if you look at just like Zoom Info, what are they talking about? You know, they've got 24,000 followers and they're getting 3 likes on their latest tweet. Like this is terrible social media, right? But if you compare this to somebody, you know, let's look at like one of the founders of Tweet Hunter, JK Molina, right? You look at his social media. He's also growing his SaaS. He's growing Tweet Hunter, but here he is with 119,000 followers, and his tweets are getting, you know, 358 likes, 42 likes, a lot more engagement and a lot more sales than something like the corporate account would get. Similar to us on our YouTube channel, right? You can look at any sort of corporate YouTube channel, like even look at HubSpot, who maybe is doing better, I don't know. But look at HubSpot, they've got 208,000 subscribers. But if you look at their videos, it's like 156 views, 708 views, like nobody really cares. They're not really making sales from this. But then you look at our channel and we are making sales, right? Our videos are getting like 6K views, 18K views, 11K views. So when I talk about social media, this is the type of social media that works for agencies. And this is the type of social media that does not work for agencies. I don't know how you can have 208,000 subscribers and get 156 views on a video. It's very suspect to me. So these are the channels that you run on. So let me look at high-level social media. It would be like hosting a great YouTube channel, writing fire threads on Twitter, engaging at a deep level on LinkedIn, and same with Facebook groups, right? So that's the real social media that you would use. It's not something that your intern would be able to do unless they're already addicted to social media. And then, I mean, there's not really much more you need. You come up with the target, you figure out who you're selling to, you figure out what your no-brainer offer is going to be, you figure out what your case study is that proves that you can do the no-brainer offer thing. Then you meet your clients where they are. Step 3. All right, let me just do a step 3. Step 3 should be implement the plan. All right. Step 3 should be implement the plan. And if we're actually trying to create an action plan on this, I would say like pick 2 pick 2 channels, right? Create a weekly to-do each, and then implement for at least 3 months before measuring the results. So let me give you some examples. For guest blogging, the weekly to-do, guest blogging weekly to-do might be, pitch 100 blogs per week, right? With guest posting opportunities. Referrals could be email or pitch 100 influencers, right, to interview on your podcast. And you can lower this if you want to 10 even, or 1, but I would try to target like 100. It's really fun. Same with events. Events could be attend or buy a ticket to 1 event this week, right? Events would kind of evolve. It'd be like buy a ticket to the event, go to the event. When I go to the events, I always set a meeting goal. Let's say set 10 meetings per day of the event. There you go. So you're implementing the plan, you're identifying the plan, and you're going for it. And then from here, you're good to go. So you pick your 2 channels, and then after 3 months, you would review. I guess this is step 4. Let's go into step 4. Step 4 would be review. You ask yourself a couple questions. Those questions are: 1, did I make money? Step 1, right? Did I make money from this channel? Second question I would ask is, do I see myself continuing this in the future? This is actually going to be question 3. Question 2 is, if no, do I still feel confident enough in this channel to continue? And then if yes, continue. If no, drop it. Easy. Do I see myself continuing with this in the future? If yes, basically continue. If no, but you find value in it, then you'd hire. Then you'd hire. And then step 4 is, for any abandoned channels, place any abandoned channels with new tests. So for instance, let's say you tested directories for 3 months and you realized that you didn't make any money and you don't really feel that this is going to work for your agency. Well, instead of dropping that, you want to keep at least 2 marketing channels going at all times. So then you would drop directories and you would start cold email, or you'd drop directories and you'd start SEO or whatever, another one of these, or you'd drop directories and go to an event. And then from here, you basically can't lose. You're picking your market, you're picking your channel, you're testing your channel, and then you're reviewing. And from there, you're good to go. So that's this presentation. That's what we got. Let me answer some questions as they're coming in. Let me answer some questions. Ram Raj says, "Can I book a call with you?" You can actually book a call with the team right here, assuming you're ready to go on this offer. It's a $15,000 offer, so please only book a call. It's a free call, but only book if you're ready to go. What do you do, King of Do? Oh, here we go. King of Do says, "I'm at 150K a month. We've tried cold emailing, but quickly got our domain blacklist. Is what service can solve that?" So what you normally want to do with the domain is not get it blacklisted. Meaning, when I send cold emails, I never use my main domain. Let's see if I even have any emails here. We actually do some cold emailing. Let me show you this actually. So right now you can see I'm cold emailing with the domain alex@taplio.io. But inside the actual cold email campaigns, which I probably shouldn't show you, you can see taplio.io. We're also doing all Taplio. So there's a couple different domains. There's taplio.io. There's taplio.co. We are Taplio. A couple of these, and what all of these do is they redirect back to Taplio. We spent We spent thousands of dollars on taplio.com. We wouldn't want to risk our main domain there because once your domain's blacklisted, it's very hard to get back. So that's why when I recommend cold emailing, it's always good to go through a course, or it's always good to at least watch some YouTube videos before jumping in, because you really don't want to lose that main domain. You want to try to keep that as long as possible and not lose that main domain. Let's see. Stop sharing for a second. So that's the answer to your question, King of Do. What do you do, King of Do? Yeah, King of Do. So Ali says you can get a new domain and warm it up and start a new campaign. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I would do. Kavina says cold email goes to the spam folder. How do I avoid it? Stop sending spam. So make sure that your domains are warmed up before sending. The tool I've been using is instantly.ai to send our cold email campaigns recently, and it works pretty well with the warm up and the sending and everything. Def Gray says, what about membership sites? What about memberships? Oh, like what's the marketing plan for membership sites? Same, right? Membership site is kind of just like a productized agency. Def Gray, how would you go about cold email? Can we do Gmail instead of our money domain to avoid blacklisting? I only send cold emails from G Suite, custom domain accounts. I don't send from Gmail typically. Def Gray, do you do digital events? You're watching one right now, aren't you? But I would attend other people's. The whole point when you're just starting out is to attend other people's events, write on other people's blogs, interview on other people's podcasts. You really want, when you don't have your own base, you want to get on other people's platforms. King of Do says, I understand the concept of warming up. I just want to pay a service to do it for me. Bro, hop in the agency Game Changer pack. Would love to talk. It's a free call, so King of Do, come through here and book this call. We can talk about whatever you want. Email warm-ups. We'll talk about all that for free. Sholty says, do you have clients in India? I mean, we have some, what do you call them? Like agency partners in India, meaning like, we outsource some of our development work to India, especially for our SaaSes. And we have one agency that we're helping with the outsourcing to India as well. Plus, we have actually a course for Indians, Indian freelancers, but no high ticket in India. We're not making more than $30 per person in India. It's not something I do. Harut, you have clients from Ethiopia? No, we do not. Salty, do I really need a website as a beginner? You need go to Squarespace and create a website. Let me see if I have one I use. What's the one? I don't know if I have that example website pulled up. But basically, yes, you do need a website, but you can create one in like a second. What niches are good for beginners? Whatever you've experienced in, whatever you want to learn. Just make sure you can commit to learning that. If it's copywriting, can't expect to make fast money. You actually can't expect to make fast money, but with anything. If it's cold email, you're going to commit to it for 2 years, to learn that skill. If it's copywriting, you're going to commit to it, for 2 years to learn that. Nobody would expect to learn how to paint a masterpiece in 2 weeks. So it's the same with any high ticket skill. If it was easy to learn, it wouldn't be high ticket. It'd be low ticket, right? It's very easy to learn how to work the cashier box at McDonald's, and that's why it pays minimum wage, or even gets deleted by machines. So if you're trying to learn valuable skills, it's going to take time. Def Gray says, sorry, I meant attending digital events to network or membership sites. Okay, hang on. It depends on the groups you join. For instance, I was in Dynamite Circle for a little bit. We got a lot of good networking at a Dynamite Circle. I was in YEC for a little bit, Young Entrepreneurs Council. We got a lot of good networking out of that. I like the in-person events better though. I think you get a lot more done. I went to SumoCon, it was great. HustleCon, we went to the Dynamite Circle event in Bangkok. All of those we got a ton of clients. So you spend $1,000 to go to the event, and you leave with 30K in new business or 40K in new business. It's just a no-brainer. Hansla says, hi, how are you? I'm sending cold emails on a daily basis, but not getting any response. I would have to learn more about your service and look at your leads and basically review your whole campaigns. So if you want to jump in, email 10K, I'm happy to take a look. Just S, how do you go about fulfillment of the service? You hire somebody that knows how to do the thing that you're selling, and then you try to get them to do it for you. Typically, we'll go for a minimum of a 50% margin. So if you're charging, let's say, 10,000 for a website, then you want to find somebody to build that website for a maximum of $2,500. And it might sound like that's a crazy amount of profit or you're ripping off the client, but the reason why you do that, especially when you're new to the agency world, is not everybody is going to deliver what they say. So let's say you get $5,000 from the client to build this website and you spend $4,500 on a freelancer. You might be like, oh, let me get just like a little profit. It's going to be fair. Now, what do? When you've paid that freelancer $4,500 and they deliver a terrible website or they don't deliver, right? Are you going to go out of pocket now and spend another $4,500, thus making it a total loss of thousands of dollars to fulfill? No. So instead, you pay a freelancer $2,500 because if they screw up, at least you have $2,500 left to try to salvage the deal. So it's de-risking that way. Murad, nothing's working with my cold email campaigns. I would have to look at the campaigns you're doing. I would recommend you guys also just grab the book. I have a 99-cent book, Cold Email Manifesto. You can Google it. It's on Amazon. We go through the entire system in there. Jatin, love from India, bro. Yeah, bro. Jeff Gray, how fast can I get a web design client from cold emails? How fast should I expect to send out to expect the response percentage? Okay, so you can book meetings with under 100 cold emails if they're personalized. That's about it. You send 100 emails, you might get 8, 9 responses if they're good. And then from there, 8 or 9 responses should turn into, if they're positive responses, should turn into 6 meetings. Typically, we're going for a 3 to 6% meeting book rate on our cold emails. So a winning campaign, send 100 emails, you're going to get at least 3 to 6 meetings at scale from that email campaign. And you're not just sending 100 cold emails at that point. If you're getting 3 to 6 meetings, you're going to start scaling it up like crazy. Salty says, you're good looking, actually found you from Facebook. That post that went viral. Thanks, dude. Yeah, we went viral recently with saying some swear word in India, in Hindi. Jatin, love from India, bro. What up? Just asked, how do you go about taxes? Taxes? What are you talking about? How do you go about taxes? So in the United States, you only have to pay tax on profit. So if you lose money, you don't have to pay taxes. And then if you make money, then you go to your accountant and you're like, hey, bro, how much taxes do I owe? And then they tell you. That's how I pay my taxes typically. It's like I have my accountant tell me how much I owe, and I pay whatever they say to pay. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this going. It's been 37 minutes. SaaS versus agency difference. So I like my SaaS. I like Taplio. Big fan of Taplio. All right. Let me show you this. I like my SaaS. I like that it's growing. Taplio is our AI for LinkedIn. Basically lets you drive more business from LinkedIn in 10 minutes a day. It's an AI for LinkedIn. And you can see our profit well here. I want to hit 18K, bro. I know we're close. Looks like we're churning a little bit on the stream, unfortunately. But you can see with the agency how revenue coming in. So this is different from an agency service, right? Like somebody signs up for Taplio, and I know they're going to get fulfilled on the other side. It's beautiful. The downside to SaaS is it costs a lot of money, 5 to 6 figures to build a SaaS. I know for LeadShark, we spent $100,000 just building our lead gen database, and that's with no clients coming in, right? So that's the downside with SaaS is it costs a lot of money to build, but once it's built, it's actually better in a lot of ways than agencies because people come in, I know they're going to get what they signed up for every single time. Versus in an agency, let's say you get an influx of clients, now you have to hire people. Now there's a risk that those people might not deliver, or there's a risk like you're waiting for client deliverables. Even if you do your best work, you might be waiting on the client. Like there's so many issues when it comes to actually delivering the work, especially delivering the work on budget and on time. And none of those issues exist in SaaS, right? Somebody pays you the $39, they get access to the tool. Easy. So SaaS is great in terms of scalability. It's the only negative is it costs a lot of money to build a site. Just as says, very nice. You're right. Def Gray. Is there a way to send higher quality manual emails to dream clients? Example, I sent out 10 really solid emails as opposed to 100 general emails. Yeah, I mean, sit there and write the emails. When I'm writing email scripts, so when I'm testing an email script, I'm not grabbing a template from online. I'm writing every email from scratch until we start getting responses. So that's one of the easiest ways to grind out your cold email skills, is to take your list of 100 leads and actually write the email from scratch every single time. Like pretend you're at a networking event and write the email. Sometimes you're going to write a 1-sentence email. Sometimes you're going to write a 3-paragraph email. Sometimes it'll be weird emails that are indecipherable to anyone but you. But by the end of 100, you're going to have 100 scripts. And then from there, you can choose your 3 or 4 or even your 50 that you want to test to a large number of leads from there. So you'll be ready to go. Salty says, you have Discord? Not for you, bro. I use my Discords for crypto and degenerate investing. Daniel Abrams says, who's the first key internal hire when building out a cold email as a service productized agency? You really need somebody on operations. So you as the founder will do best in any agency setting, whether it's web design, development, or cold email as a service even. You're going to do the best if you're the one selling the deal. And then you really need somebody on the back end to fulfill the deal for you. So that's the first key internal hire, is somebody that's able to recruit and manage the team that's going to do the fulfillment for you. Sunny DeSouza, how do you make sure the client pays you when it's commission-based payment? What if they ditch you at the end after we get them a prospect? So the thing you have to realize is, for these clients, if you can get them a prospect, you can get them a customer, in their mind, they're going to be thinking, oh, what's the next customer that they're going to deliver, right? And that's the way that you get paid. I've missed out. I've probably lost hundreds of thousands of dollars of commission from companies that consistently paid up until a certain point. And what I found is, the second you stop delivering leads for them, you basically lose whatever the last deal you were working on. And this kind of sucks for high ticket sales. Like the last agency I was doing commission only sales for, the last sale I did for them was a $500,000 software project. All right. And I was owed 10% of that, $50K. And the client was paying in payments, and I got like the first payment or the second payment. And then, I just decided to go do my own thing. And I stopped delivering clients for them. I never got them another client. And so they just stopped paying the commissions that I was owed. And that's the way it works with commission-only sales. The second you stop delivering new clients is the second you stop getting paid on the old client. And you can go through a bunch of issues. You can go through a bunch of like collections and all that stuff. But typically it's your fault. Like you can't get them a second client, a third client, fourth client. As long as you're delivering, you're going to keep getting paid. Jatine, can we copy SaaS ideas? Yeah, of course. What I would recommend when it comes to copying SaaS ideas is copy very large companies instead of other indie SaaS makers. So the problem that I see a lot of people doing, especially in the SaaS space, is they'll see somebody that has like a simple tool, like they'll see like Banner Bear or like testimonial.2, and then they're like, oh, testimonial, they'll be like, oh, testimonial.2. This site looks like it's very easy. Let me just copy this. But the problem with copying testimonial.2 is, I don't know how much to make, like maybe 20K a month. So let's say you make 10% of their revenue. Now you're only making 2K a month. Versus instead, if you copy a site like Buffer, they're making 20 million a month. So if you make 10% of 20 million, now you have a site that makes 2 million a month. So copying is an art. And I would just highly recommend, that if you're going to copy somebody's SaaS idea, you copy $1 billion company and not a $1,000 company. Just as says, will you increase the monthly price of Taplio? It may level out the churn and get only serious customers. May level out the churn. So most of our churn at Taplio is coming from the fact that we closed, I think it was $15,000 or $16,000 in MRR over the course of 7 days last month. So it looks like a lot of churn, but it's actually a lot of people testing out the tool there. The price did actually increase during that launch. It was $29 during that last month. Now it's $39, and the price will go up again very soon. Jeff Gray says, what do you think of building an authority site for passive income and also organic leads? I don't know. I didn't take the same course as you, bro. Maybe go back and watch, whatever course you took that recommended that, and then do whatever they say. If you're still asking about it, it sounds like you got to take some action. Instead of sitting here. Ask some more questions, guys. Let's go. So I'll show you what we're up to here. By the way, if you're just joining, you can actually book a free call with our team. We have this offer called Agency Game Changer Pack. There's only 2 spots remaining. There's 14 minutes left. And in order to get in, it's free to book a call. I just have to tell you that we're getting a lot of meetings and our calendars are booked up. And a lot of these meetings are unqualified. So just make sure that you're willing to invest $15,000 in growing your agency and adding 10K per month if you're going to book a call. And if you are, our team would love to chat. And if you're in the United States, we actually have financing available, and you can start for as little as $1,000, but you have to be in the United States for that to qualify. Inside of this offer, one of our clients just closed a deal. They're already at 11 meetings in 2 weeks, and another client is already at 9K, $9,000 a month in the last 7 days. So this is cool. This is really cool because they're almost to the 10K per month, which is amazing. So if you want this, make sure go over to agencygamechangerpack.com and book a call. And this closes in 13 minutes. And I have the redirect set up, so let's just shut down in 13 minutes. Just ask, what's the scariest part of running an agency? Scariest part of running an agency is when clients get so mad and then they threaten to sue you. But the thing is, all fear is in the mind. It's similar with SaaS too. Like anytime clients are mad, what I've found is you just kind of placate them. If a client's mad, just try to figure out why. Are they mad because you're not delivering? If so, maybe start delivering. Are they mad because they misunderstood something? If so, explain it to them. Are they mad because you're late and it's their fault? And if so, explain it to them that way. So that's just like anything non-threatening, non-life threatening. All fear is just made up. The best way to get through any sort of fear like this is to take action on it. So if you're scared of getting sued, get sued. See, it's not really that big of a deal. If you're scared of clients getting mad at you, maybe get some clients mad at you, and you'll see that it's not that big of a deal. Anytime you go through something once, it becomes a lot less scary to do it another time. Good. Jayton says, good IDO. Never thought of that. Even 0.5% is enough. Exactly. And this is what so many people mess up when they copy other people's SaaS ideas. If they look at like the indie maker on Twitter that's making $100 with his SaaS and they try to copy that, when they really should be looking at like the $1 billion company, because if you can get 0.1% of whatever the $1 billion company is making, it's worth a lot more than making even 10% of what the random indie maker on Twitter is making. Similar, with what we're doing with with LeadShark. We copied the idea of ZoomInfo, high-end lead generation platform, and we're making that better with LeadShark, right? We're not going out there and copying like, some random SaaS. We're going towards, $1 billion ideas, because if we screw that up, we have millions of dollars instead of copying a $1,000 idea where if we screw it up, we have nothing. Saif says, hi, hello. Jeff Gray says, example, local website for plumbers, then sell those leads to plumbers. Just a thought. No, I don't do anything like that. Juiced. Hey, Alex, great to see you doing a live stream. Just wanted to thank you for all the tips on cold email. I always got answers after the first follow-up. I am so glad to hear that, Juiced. So glad to hear that. Just ask, what strategies would you need to put in place for a lengthy contract that can eventually be automated for consistent results? This question is too general for me to answer. What strategies would you need to put in place for a lengthy contract that can eventually be automated for consistent results? I don't know what you're saying. Saif, Alex, big fan of yours. Love your work. What you deliver to the people out there. Thanks, Saif. Big fan of you too, bro. Thanks for leaving a comment. Juice, your tip of giving them a no-brainer offer always works to close the deal. Of course it does. Of course it does. If you give them something they can't say no to, then they can't say no by definition. 15, how did you connect with India? I mean, how do you know about India? India is the 6th largest economy in the world. We have a team out here, and I was hanging out with Div, who's our director of content for YouTube, and I was paying him a little, I think $1,000 a month at one point, and then I was talking to him, and I realized the $1,000 a month that we were paying him was enough to support not only Div, but his wife and his kid and his 2 sisters and his dad and his grandma and his his mom as well. They were all being supported off this $1,000. So I'm like, first of all, I gave him a crazy raise. He's on track to make 6 figures US this year. But second of all, I realized like, we can really do a service to the Indian people by giving them more opportunities and more jobs. Right? If $1,000 is enough to support 5 to 7 people in India, then what kind of difference can we make by giving them 2,000, 3,000, etc. Kiran says, I have expertise to generate leads from LinkedIn. How can I generate more quality leads from it? Kiran, you're making the rookie mistake, bro. You say you have an expertise in generating leads and you're asking me how to generate leads, meaning you probably don't have an expertise in generating leads, do you? Or you can answer your own question. Just ask book Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. Yeah, it's a great one. It's basically all about stealing in a way that becomes natural to you. Just says, way to go, Div. Dude, Div is killing it. He's a killer. I love him. By the way, book a free call, Agency Game Changer Pack. I see you guys are coming in. If you want to grow your agency, you can book a free call here. And we're almost out of time on that. 8 minutes left before I close that. Kiran says, nowadays I can't find quality leads from LinkedIn. Why? How? Let me show you this. So make sure you get Sales Navigator. There, LinkedIn. Here's our Sales Navigator search. Let me see if I even have any saved searches. Yeah, here we go. So there's a ton of quality leads on here. Here's our CEOs and founders. You can go down, years of experience, whatever you want, 3 to 5 years experience. You can go to the company headcount, pick big companies. You can go to the title. You can go to the geography, pick US only, whatever you want. So here's a bunch of leads. There you go. And typically what I'll do with these is I'll feed them into a tool like Expandy, which is the LinkedIn outreach tool that I like using. My friend Stefan runs it. Great entrepreneur. And inside Expandy, this is not my Expandy email. It should throw me back. Let's go. But inside Expandy, basically you can automate your LinkedIn outreach campaigns. And then you can send people messages like this. Like you can see here. Let's see. A good one. Yeah. So inside here, you can send your messages automatically. So I usually send as multiple messages and then try to get them to opt in. They say yes to seeing the tool, then I send a link to it. Or if she waits, like in a couple hours, she's going to get another message that just sends her a link anyway. But that's how I do it, bro. Don't call yourself an expert at something if you're not an expert at it. That's my second piece of feedback on that. Kiran says, how can I connect with you over a call? You got to join Email 10K. So email10k.com. I do a weekly group call every Wednesday. That actually comes with the Agency Game Changer Pack as well, where you can go down here and book a free call. We've got 7 minutes left, 6 minutes left on that. Hi, my name is Roy. I'm a professional graphic designer and Instagram marketer. That's great. Jatin says, I know an indie hacker. He built a home cleaning app in 4 years, got 7,500 paid users and 65 MRR. I mean, wow, no innovative idea, but look at his success. Yeah, exactly. Ron, please share your email address here. Ron, are you an expert at LinkedIn lead gen or not, dude? I feel like you should be able to find my email in about 2 seconds if you actually knew how to do LinkedIn lead generation. Could I show you? So all you basically have to do is please share your email address here. Yeah, you have access to my email, bro. You know what I'm doing. Feel free to ask some more questions, guys. Or actually, we got 5 minutes left, so I think it's time to play you this little video we made. So check out this video, and I'll talk to you soon.
We will add $10,000 per month to your agency and teach you how to scale it. If you're having trouble scaling your agency, you have to see this. I'm Alex Berman. I'm the Cold Email King, author of Cold Email Manifesto, and I want to tell you about the Agency Game Changer Pack. This is the most valuable thing we've ever created. Stick around, you're gonna love this. Are you booking a ton of meetings but aren't able to close them? Then you'll love what I'm about to talk about. I was thinking about how we could deliver the most value to you, the agency owner that's trying to scale, or the new business owner that wants to make more money and just isn't sure how to do it. And so I was on a call with the team, Div, Hagop, Robert, everybody that is in this orbit, and we were discussing how we can deliver the most value to you. So I got on the phone with the head of X27 to talk about a special offer we could do for agencies. And as we were chatting, it became clear that we have a ton of educational offers, everything from Cold Email University to LinkedIn X to Twitter 10K, Salesman X, all of these courses that teach people effectively how to grow their agencies. But we also have coaching offers. We have Email 10K Ultimate, where I'm on the phone with people every single week and in a private Slack group. We also have Institute of Sales, where a trained salesman will get on the phone with your team every single week and coach them, plus text updates every single day to make sure your team stays on track. And those coaching offers have efficiently helped people close million-dollar deals. And then, of course, we have X27, which is the full done-for-you agency that helps people book meetings with billion-dollar brands, Fortune 500 companies, and rebuild agencies from scratch with new websites, SEO, marketing campaigns, and doing everything that these agency clients need in order to take them to the next level without having to do a thing themselves. So we were talking and we're trying to figure out which one of these offers would be the most valuable one for agency owners. Is it the done for you service? Is it the done with you service? Or is it the done by you service? Which one of those three services should we offer to you and give a special deal on in order to help you more effectively? Is it the done with you? Is it the done for you? Or is it the done by you? And then it clicked. Why can't we have a service that's all three? Why can't we scale your agency for you while coaching you how to scale your own agency and teaching you how to scale your own agency via the courses? Why don't we create an agency game changer pack? What if there was a system that would teach you everything there is to know about agency lead generation, coach you on how to do it, and do all the work for you at the same time? That is the agency game changer pack. We put together the best of everything that we offer and packaged it together at an insane discount so that you can learn how to generate unlimited customers on demand, be held accountable and forced to hit your goals with weekly calls with me, a 7-figure agency owner, and daily check-ins with our sales trainers to make sure that you actually do what you say you're gonna do. And you get to do all of that while we do all the heavy lifting. We're rebuilding your website, we're rewriting your case studies, we're doing SEO audits to make sure that you get traffic. We're doing a PPC audit to make sure that you can scale. We are putting everything in place, sending cold emails for you, booking you meetings. So while you're learning how to do all this stuff, we're implementing for you. That way you can grow as fast as possible and you're fully trained to take over by the time that we're done. This is the package I wish existed when I first started my agency, and now you can have it as one big package deal, as the Agency Game Changer Pack. It also comes with access to our lead generation tool, LeadShark, our AI content creation tool, Taplio, and our unreleased internal cold email tool that is booking us a crazy amount of meetings that you can get access to that isn't even publicly available. So if you want results like these, and these, then this is for you. So if you're ready to add $10,000 or more to your agency's bottom line as quickly as possible, then you don't want to miss this. Click the button below, fill out the form to book a call, complete the onboarding questions, and I'll see you inside. This is the moment that you change your agency. Sign up down below, and I'll see you inside the Agency Game Changer Pack.
So there you go. The clock is about to expire. Go on over to agencygamechangerpack.com, and I'll see you soon. That's it for the stream today. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you inside Agency Game Changer Pack. Take care.